Question: Are you up to what I'm going to call the 5-day work week challenge? What? What am I talking about? Let's see if you're up to it. Back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran viewer and subscriber here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello, hope you come back one day and stick around. I think it sounds simple, but I think it could be a challenge for some people. What am I talking about? It occurred to me that a lot of people end up making that dreaded extra phone call every single night for takeout because they are tired. The meals were not planned. They have stuff piling up that they could have used, but for some reason or another, or they don't feel like cleaning up, whatever the reason is, people tend to order way too much takeout, or they physically go to the restaurant. Now, while I have nothing against restaurants and nothing against takeout on occasion, but if you can afford to do it and all your bills are paid, you're not in debt, pay. You got my blessing. But if you're struggling to knock down some credit card debt or pay off some old bills, whatever the reason is, or you have savings goals that you seem to never be able to achieve and tell yourself, oh, I can't do it, I can't do it. But meantime, your hand is reaching out for the phone again and again and again. And I think that subconsciously people do not realize that a lot of the money that is leaking from their wallet that could have gone elsewhere to better places goes on takeout for fatigue reasons. But that's another show. Today we're going to talk about the 5-weekday challenge. Guess what? Breakfast is not even part of the challenge because most people seem to have eggs or bread to make French toast or something you could keep it easy. Just have a piece of fruit or, like I said, a piece of toast or a banana or whatever. Breakfast is not part of the challenge, okay? Of course, one part of the challenge is you eat it at home. That's part of the challenge. So even though breakfast is very simple, which is should be, maybe a little more complicated if you want it that way on the weekend when you have some extra time to have a more leisurely breakfast. But let's get over to some of the rules about this. If you're up to this 5-day weekday meal challenge, let me know in the comments section below. 1, here's the goal. So basically, it's to work with what you already have. It could come from your active pantry, like your freezer, your refrigerator, or the cabinets in your kitchen, or from your extended pantry. Totally okay, long as it comes from your home, from resources of things you already spent your hard-earned money on. Work with that. Next, the focus is going to be, as I explained, on lunch and dinner. Meals on weekdays, Monday through Friday. Sounds simple enough, right? Okay. Next, if you work outside, here's where it gets challenging. I knew there'd be a little more challenge than this, right? If you work outside of your home, then this means that you must bring your own lunch from home foods. If you have some leftovers, you could turn it into a do-over the next day and create a creative lunch. Bring that with you to work if you work outside the home. So people are already going, oh, I'd rather order lunch out. But that's part of the challenge. See if you have the muscle enough to do that. You may be shocked and amazed. Okay. Like I said, you could take leftover dinner and do a redo for lunch, for example. Breakfast, as I mentioned earlier, is simple. Breakfast consists of either eggs or cereal or toast or muffins or yogurt or fruit, pancakes. Whatever you have, by the way, is interchangeable for any meal throughout the day. The goal is to work with what you already have. The goal is to not have to run to the grocery store. These are important goals. Next, and the challenge is not to get the takeout or to go to the grocery store, as I just said, on my own without checking the list. Now let's talk about coffee for a minute. Coffee. Oh no, the coffee chat. Yes, the coffee chat. Yay. Personally, I don't see What is so difficult? And by the way, while I'm here, I'm having some tea. Write that down. A little chamomile tea every once in a while. It is still so cold over here. Okay, so getting back to the coffee thing, I just don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. It takes less than 2 minutes to put your coffee together at home. Do you have to buy coffee on the outside? So I was a little bit, I would say I was a little generous in this rule for this challenge. Yes, you can get coffee outside. Yay, people are jumping up and down, but not the $5 one. No. There are some perfectly good coffees out there that you still can get for $1, maybe even $2. Okay. So if you can do that, I'll be very nice and generous to let you do that. Honestly, I don't even want to go for the $2. That's me. Why? Why should I? Let's say, for example, that I invested $6.99 in a jar of instant. I personally like instant coffee, as many of you guys already know. So for me, and I read the jar, it said it yields 120 cups of coffee. Hello. For $6, $7, 120 cups of coffee. That is a lot of coffee. I don't overdo it when I put my teaspoons in. I put the teaspoon in, and that's good enough for me. If you like your coffee a little stronger, use less water. Use less water, and then you don't have to use more coffee. These are the little things that add up. You see, that's the whole idea. It's the idea that the little things add up. They add up, I'm telling you. And actually, at the end of the day, if you will, if you really think about this, there are actually a few goals that come out of this challenge. And like I said, it's only for 5 days. So those that think you can handle it, try it and let me know. So some of the goals are, well, the first goal, first and foremost, is to save money by not spending or slowing down the rate of spending. There's nothing wrong with a slow spend. If you can't do the no spend, let's at least wind it back, dial it back to the slow spend. And with prices the way they are at this particular moment in time of my recording, I would do anything possible to reduce my trips to the grocery store, to stretch out every single thing that I paid my hard earned money for, not just hand it away or throw it away. That's why I believe in my rule of half, of which is going to be tomorrow's video. I'm going to talk to you a little more in depth about my rule of half. What am I talking about? Well, you'll find out tomorrow when you come back, hopefully. And get creative. Okay, so let's say that, you have ground beef, right? And you said, well, what am I going to do with a pack of ground beef? You could do a lot with ground beef. You could just make the ground beef in a skillet, put it away and freeze it, use it as crumbles on things. You could put it on top of your lasagna. You could put it inside of sandwiches. You could have loose meat sandwiches, some people call it. There's totally nothing wrong with that. One time I didn't have like a complete hamburger ready. I took the ground beef that was all crumbled up, that was already cooked. I heated it up. I put it on a bun with a little ketchup and a piece of cheese, and I was totally happy. Makes no difference. Get creative. Working with what you have is essential. Work with what you have. That's very essential. Realize that you could get along without spending extra. Honestly, I think all of us have become somewhat addicted to making that phone call, addicted to pulling the car up, to go to that convenience thing. I'm not saying that that's not okay once in a while. Absolutely. We all need a night like that sometimes. We really are extremely tired, or we had a day we totally didn't expect, or maybe we weren't prepared. But that's the trick. Why can't we get prepared? Who's up to that 5-weekday challenge? All you have to do is create lunches and dinners from stuff you already have. Go to your pantry, whichever pantry, the extended pantry, the working pantry. Look in your freezer. Figure out, I have the components to make this next week. You see, if you always shop for the stuff that you like, you're never going to fail. But if you buy things just for like Hollywood glamour to make your stockpile look cute for the camera, no, I buy things I like. So if a viewer sees like on my, let's say, my pantry stockpile, the extended one, and they say, "Oh, she really loves that tomato soup or likes that chili." Yeah, I do. So I'm going to buy stuff that I like. I'm not going to just make it look cute for the camera. So whether it's my camera or whether it's your eyes being your own camera, don't just create a stockpile or a pantry just to make it look cute. Do things that work for you and for your family. And another trick, buy things that are ingredient components that you could always put way different things together. Can you have breakfast for dinner on this challenge? Absolutely. Well, what about lunch? Get creative. To me, soups always work. I'm going to give away a little secret here. Make a batch of soup and you'll have that for the week. Your lunch is already taken care of. So have a ladle or two, a cup of soup already done up. For example, this is just hints and a piece of fruit. Easy, easy peasy. If you bought 5 bananas for the week and you like bananas, a banana and a cup of soup. End of story, case closed. Was that complicated? I don't think so. So let me know who's up for the challenge. I'm dying to find out. Work with what you have. You don't have to spend a penny. If you don't have any resources at all, of course, you have to do a little bit of shopping, obviously. Plan well, but the goal, no takeout. The goal, no buying coffee outside. The goal, no spending money on lunch outside. I think it's something we could all achieve. Will it save you money? Yes. Will it slow down your spending? Yes. Would you mind trying? Hopefully not. That you have to let me know. Very good. So anyway, I'm going to close out the show. And in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to come back in the future. Come back tomorrow for some more savings tips and tricks. I'm going to talk about my rule of half. What? Yes. Come back tomorrow. Let's end it with a song. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Hope you're up to the challenge. See you soon.